Hi Engineering Janta, I am Vaibhav Shukla and today we learn a method to implement stacks. This is another video in the free DSA series that we are building for you so that you thrive high in your career. But before I begin, today I have giveaway. Since a long time our team has been working on the lucky draws of top 3 comments, and I always say that if you comment below the videos and if your comments lie in the top 3 of that video, basically top 3 comments are picked according to various criteria that we have internally. From that, top 3 comments are picked, and then those top 3 comments are put in a bunch where they stand a chance to win Prep Insta Prime subscription for free. So today I have a lucky user, a lucky comment, which is getting 3 months Prep Insta Prime subscription for free. So whoever has this username, Gattu Janvi V3P, whoever has this username, all you need to do is you go to your YouTube channel, because this username is unique, fine. So you go to your YouTube channel or your YouTube account settings, click a screenshot of this username where you are having this username, fine, with all other details which we can verify. Along with that, your phone number, your email ID, your details, your year of passing, fine, and your education stream, all of that you have to email us on this email ID that I am writing, support@prepinsta.com, fine. So support@prepinsta. This is small s, not capital. This is not capital. Anything is not capital in this. So support@prepinsta.com. On this email handle, you drop us the details of your YouTube account where this username is visible, because this is unique. So this username, along with that, post your details of education, your details of phone number, email ID, everything, and your education stream. Send us in an email on this email handle and we'll provide you 3 months Prep Insta Prime subscription for free. So for others who want such lucky opportunities, go ahead, comment below this video after learning, fine, not before learning, and join these communities so that you don't miss out any chance of hiring updates, fine. Now let's understand and let's try and implement stacks, fine. So for implementing this, what I am doing here is I am declaring a class, fine. This is a C++ code. So what I am doing is I am declaring a class, I am making a class of name stack which has these 3 member variables, out of which these are 2 integer variables and this is a pointer, fine. This is a pointer. So top is one variable, max is one variable, a is also a pointer variable, fine. Now what I'll do is I'll create some member functions as well, fine. But before that, I'll initialize the stack. What I'll do is I'll initialize it with some size. Say that there is one variable size, and what I'll do, say I pass 5 here as a size, fine. What I'll do is I'll set top is equal to -1. If you have watched my last video, then you know why top is -1, fine. If you haven't, go ahead, watch the previous video of overflow underflow conditions where you will understand why top is equal to -1, fine. So when you initialize top with -1, so basically you have an empty stack, fine. You had a max variable, you assign the value of size which was 5 to max, and now through this pointer variable you dynamically allocate a memory space, fine. A memory space can look like this. Dynamic memory allocation is happening here, and hence 5 is the capacity of that memory, which basically means this stack that we declared can store 5 elements into it, fine. 5 is the size of stack. Now I declare a function which is push function, and I have not defined what it will do right now. I have just declared it, which is a boolean type of function, and it takes a parameter of integer type, fine, and this is just a declaration of function. Now similarly I declare an integer type function which takes return of an integer variable, fine, it returns an integer variable. Now this is pop, similarly peak, Now what I will do, I'll define these functions, what these functions do, fine. So I'll go ahead, I'll also declare a few more functions, which is empty, is full. Now if you've watched earlier videos, you know what these functions will do, but we will define their working, fine. We'll implement them so that their working is also defined in the code. Now display is also one function which doesn't return anything, and these are both Boolean functions, so they return true or false, fine. Now what I do, I define the function, fine, the push function. So push function takes an integer type of argument. Now in this case, first I'll check if top is greater than equal to max minus 1. Now what am I trying to do? This is a stack that I have, and these are the indices generally that we have. So I told you that this stack can store up to 5 elements, fine. So these are the 5 elements. I'll just make it like this so that you know that the stack is filled till top, fine. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. These are the indices that stack will have. Right now the stack is empty or full. How do we check it? What we declared initially was the top is equal to minus 1, fine. The top is pointing somewhere here at minus 1, fine. So if max is actually 5, fine, right now max is 5. Now max minus 1 equals to 4. Now if you carefully see, what I am checking is if top is greater than equal to max minus 1, which means if top is pointing to here, or it is more than that, if top is greater than equal to 4, which basically means either it is 4 or above, then the stack is full. You know that stack is full, then it is overflow condition, fine. So what will you print? Cout overflow. So if this is true, you print overflow, fine, and you return false, and here only the execution of this function stops. But if top is not greater than equal to 4, which basically means right now the condition that we are having, fine, the condition that we are having right now is top equal to minus 1, fine. We are having top as minus 1. So this particular block will not execute, this if block will not execute. Now what will happen? If this doesn't execute, then because top minus 1 is smaller than or smaller than 4, so this doesn't verify, this particular condition is not true. So in that case, this else block, this block will execute. What will happen? First of all, a pre-increment is happening, which means this top is increasing itself first. So top increments and top starts pointing here, top starts pointing at 0. Had it been somewhere here only, top would have incremented it first, fine. Now top increments it, and now if say that I pushed 4, fine, 4 is some element or 14 is some element, say I tried pushing 14 in this, then first of all it incremented its top, then at whatever incremented value was here, for example it was 0 here, so at a of 0 x, which is 14 that I passed, 14 would be stored, fine, and you will print that x pushed into stack, which means what you will receive as output, 14 pushed into stack, this will come as output, fine, and it will return true. That is how push will execute, that is how push function is defined, that is how it is implemented. Now if I go further, if I implement pop, fine, so how is pop implemented? For implementing pop, you first check underflow condition, fine, you first check underflow condition. What happens in this underflow condition is, I see that right now top is minus 1, just consider this case only, top is pointing towards minus 1, fine. If top is less than 0, here it is clearly said that if top is not pointing here, if it is not pointing at 0th index, this is 0th index, the first element where you can store something, fine, first place where you can store something. So if top is less than 0, then stack is underflowing, fine, the stack is underflowing, and henceforth you return 0, fine. Now if you have something here, say that, just imagine top was not pointing to -1, fine, say that we had some elements in array, say we pushed 14, we pushed 15, just imagine that case, fine, and top was pointing here, fine, at index 1. Now in that case 1 is greater than 0, fine. So this if block will not execute, will come to else block. So what will happen? First of all, integer of x will, this variable which I have now declared, integer of x, will store the value at a of top, which is 15. This is post decrement. So first this 15 would be assigned to x. So x will have 15, and once it has 15 as the value, what will happen? Top will decrement. So this top gets decremented, fine. So top comes here, top becomes 0, top was 1, top becomes 0, and you return x, you basically return this value to the function, fine, you return this value. And this is how pop happens. In actual sense, you just decremented top and you forgot what is above. Now if I say that push, I say that push 17, what will happen? Top is right now 0, this push will execute, 17 comes here, fine, 17 comes here. So what will happen? Right now top is greater than equal to max -1. Is it true? No, it's not. Right now top is smaller because max is 5, max -1 is 4. Top right now is 0, which means 0 is less than 4. So this if block will not execute because this is not true. 0 is not greater than equal to 4, fine. So this else block will execute. When this else block executes, first of all pre-increment will happen. What will happen? This top will increment. I am deliberately not removing this 15 from here. You will understand why. Now I start pointing here. Now when I had pushed 17, I had written push 17. Now after the pre-increment, what will happen? A of that pre-incremented top, now a of 1 will basically be assigned the value of 17. So automatically this value would be overridden or replaced by the value 17, fine. So now you remember, whenever the next push will happen, this place will be considered empty only and it would be filled only, fine. So that is how the new push works. And what will you get as output? 17 is pushed into stack and the function will return true, fine. So this will happen, this will happen, as simple as that. True would be returned to the function, fine. So this will happen. This is push and pop. How do is empty, is full, pop, fine, execute you just saw. But in this case I haven't explained how is empty is executing. I haven't explained how is full is executing. I haven't explained how peak is executing, fine. So all these functions I'll be explaining in next part, where you will be understanding how this is empty is implemented, how this is full is implemented, how this particular peak function is executed, fine. So you will see that in the next video. Till then, stay tuned. Whatever doubt you're having, go ahead, comment below this video. It has two benefits. One, your doubt will get solved. Secondly, you will get chance to stand in the top 3 comments where you might get Prep Insta Prime for free, just like today a user got, fine. Also, go ahead, follow the social media handles so that you never miss any hiring update. Remember one thing, whatever good you're learning, keep on spreading it, fine. Just keep on spreading it. Keep doing good without any expectation. Good will come back to you, fine.